Welcome, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Bougie. And in today's video, I am going to be doing another review on episodes 4 and 5 of Rap Shit, streaming now on HBO Max on Thursdays at 9 p.m. If you didn't watch my other review, I'm gonna need you to go do that now. So I'm gonna give you time. Just go on and exit this out, right? And then go watch that one. Or it's actually gonna be on the screen somewhere, wherever the I'll be at. I'm gonna give you some time. Go ahead. You back? Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna today I didn't feel like doing makeup. And it's also almost 10 p.m. or 11. I don't know. Whatever, it's time for me to go to bed soon. I'm in my old stage, you know. I always say quarantine aged me. I don't care what anyone says. Everybody else is like, I found my inner child. Yeah, I did too. But I also aged. Not gonna lie. I'm not. But I'm just gonna be doing my hair today. You know, probably put it in twists. And then put it in a bonnet so I can go to bed. Oh, child, I always forget this part. Truly do. I just be ready to talk. Before I forget, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe to the channel, enjoy the Bougiebabe family, and don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications when Miss Honey uploads. Okay, now we're back into it. Child, I know this video is gonna be titled "What Happened to Mia Night" because truly, what the fuck happened to Mia? What happened to Mia? But that's in episode 5. We're gonna talk about episode 4 first. So, again, if you didn't watch my first review, go do that or watch the show. Either way. So in episode 3, Mia and Duke left us off talking, seeing if Duke was going to be the producer, and Duke basically promised to get their music out there and really get them bumping. You know what I'm saying? You know, get their music out there, get it played, and really have somebody co-sign them. Because, you know, she could do that, but she would have to be their manager. So episode 4 starts off as Duke, you know, telling the girls, get ready, let's go to the club. I'm gonna get y'all in front of Sam. Whoever Sam is supposed to be this hot rapper, and if you got a cosign from him, you basically going places. Whatever. So the whole episode is really about the girls on this adventure to try to find the Sandman, go into the club, and try to get noticed. So we start off with Mia and Shauna. Mia has dropped her daughter off to her mother's house, and she's picking up Shauna. And we see Shauna in this funeral dress. Baby, she looked like she was going to church, Lord. Looked like she was a lawyer, and she had a case to be at 4 o'clock, but wanted to go to the club at 3. Cause, is that what you're wearing? Why do you look like the pallbearer at a funeral? Baby, hang it up. Hang it up. But you know, Mia already ragged on her for that. You know she did. You know she was like, girl. And Shauna was like, what? Like, I went to my grandma's funeral, but like I wasn't a pallbearer or nothing. I started screaming. I was like, Shauna, please hang it up. Let's go. But they picked them up. This is after Mia, you know, gets ready, drops off her daughter, talks to her father. Because now we know, you know, Mia Knight's dad is in jail for shooting someone. And, you know, she's a little excited because she's hoping that, you know, he'll get bail or, you know, post bail or possibly get the appeal and come out because his case is going back to trial. And you know how the American system works. He ain't coming back out. I ain't gonna lie. My mama was right. He ain't coming back out. However, you know, she ends up seeing him on FaceTime. Connection gets caught up, so they couldn't really talk like that. And Duke is telling them, let's go. I'm gonna meet y'all here. I'm gonna pick y'all up. Then we're gonna do what it do. Ugh. Yeah, so I need to must get too boiled. Truly did. So their mothers. Duke comes get Mia. Mia tells her where Shauna lives. They go get Shauna. They go to the club. So Duke's like, wait right here. I got y'all. I'm gonna get y'all in. At this point, Mia's friends, you know, the two hyenas, I still don't know their names. Truly don't. You know, they did a little pop up because I guess Mia told them like where they were gonna be at. And they pop up and they like, oh yeah, you know, Duke gonna do this, Duke gonna do that. They're like, Duke ain't gonna do shit. Duke don't be knowing nobody like she say she do. Duke was standing in line, you know, trying to get them in there. And the bodyguard was like, yeah, nah, y'all ain't getting me here. I don't know you. I don't care. Y'all ain't on the list. Y'all ain't that important. So, you know, Duke was like, come on, man. Like, I know so-and-so, da-da-da. And everybody was like, whatever. You know, Mia was just trying to give Duke a chance. And Shauna was like, I knew Duke wasn't going to do it. I knew Duke don't know nobody. She'd be at the Plymouth with me. I know she ain't going to know nobody. She ain't have to come at Duke like that. You know, Duke's really trying. You know, Duke's really trying to be a manager, trying to get them out there. So the night is really just them trying to go to this club to find the Sam person that Duke keeps talking about. So Duke, after they get embarrassed at the club, after waiting in line, Duke basically getting in line and getting played at the door, they go to another club. Also, let me just add on to this. Shauna is also going through something. Like, you know, Mia dropped off her daughter, so she really doesn't really trust her mom with her daughter like that because her mom be drinking. And she's one of the moms where, baby, you knew she had the kid young. She must have had Mia young because she out here trying to still act like she got her like that. And not to say she don't. Like, Mia's mom is pretty, but shorty, your time has passed. You are now a grandmother. Please act like one. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just how people, grandmothers act down south. I don't know. Well, down in Florida, you know, we never say down south for Florida. We just say Florida. Florida, its own little state. But so Shauna's also going through something. Her boyfriend Cliff has heard the song, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you in that industry shit? Really? I thought you were better than that." And she's blowing up his phone, trying to apologize and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to tell you I didn't mean to blindside you about it." Da da da. And all the girls are like, "This is your song. Like, you got to be up. If you don't get the fuck on, it's truly if you don't get, like, you support him and stuff that he does. Like, don't get me wrong. She's still kind of iffy about moving to New York because why would she want to move to New York just to sit here and be a housewife to a politician? That sounds boring. Truly, it do. No disrespect, but I would be bored about it too. Yeah. Nah, I need to do my own thing. But alright, guys. So Duke takes Mia, Shauna, and the two hyenas to another club because that's where her plug says Shauna is. And she, you know, they ride around for a second. They about to go to the club, and then this Duke got the drop on the car, and the dude who robbed them, you know, Duke on her gangster. She like, oh yeah, hold on, y'all. The whole spin move. Mind you, the girls took Molly before this. Literally one of the hyenas, the girl with the green wig. I'm gonna post a picture of her. Hopefully, I might have to take a screenshot of the show. But you know, they popped the Molly before Duke came out after being embarrassed and saying we're going to another, you know, club. And so they over there, promise you, out here higher than a kite. Shauna never had Molly, so she like, girl, what? You know, this is her first time. You know, everybody else was in here. Well, Duke didn't take the Molly, but the two hyenas and Mia, you know, they've done this before. This they shiznit, even though Mia, you could tell Mia really wasn't in the mood for it because again, she was trying to get in contact with her daughter and her mother wasn't answering. It was kind of annoying her because now she was like worried about her daughter and she didn't want to be a bad mom, which I feel like she feels like her mom's a bad mom, which I ain't gonna start on, I ain't no psychiatrist, so I ain't gonna start diagnosing people, but I also agree with you. I ain't gonna lie. So everyone is kind of like in this funk. Green wig hyena is like, come on, y'all, and shorty over the other one, I'm just call her hyena two. Hyena two was like, I don't care what broke. My man not like this. My man, da, da, da. My man, shorty, your man left you for dead. So after Duke does this, she basically follows the car to this little compound, and got a couple houses, maybe like a trailer over there. It's a little cul-de-sac, and gives Mia a gun. Takes a gun herself and is like, "Yo, I need you in the driver's seat, just in case I gotta pull off. I'll be right back." Miss, where are you going? Huh? So, Sean like, girl, what? Is that a gun? What's going on? Mia like, shut up, shut up. Mia hot now. Mia is mad. She like, first of all, I ain't with none of this gangster shit. This is your issue. Why you got us in your gangster shit? You were supposed to be a manager, not a gangster. Keep it separate. But at this time, everybody is cooking. Hyena 2 over here putting on so much highlighter on her face, trying to be cute. Green Wig Hyena 1 over here recorded everything, like straight, just camera in everybody's face. Shauna like, I'm hot, I gotta pee. Jumps out the car. Yes, this is drop top. By the way, they're in the drop top. Gets out the car, jumps out of it to go pee in a tree. Baby, really? So after she pees in the tree, she sends a video of herself to Cliff telling him that she's high and that, the fact that he's not answering kind of pisses her off because, like, I could be in trouble right now and you're not even trying to look for me. If you look for me, it's the sexy ass tree behind me, which I was screaming because not a sexy tree. Shauna, really? The tree sexy? Okay. Okay. So, Mia goes look for Shauna because she's like, girl, where the fuck is Shauna? And, one was like, oh, she went to go pee. Found Shauna with this someone's dog. And it's like, back in the car, what's wrong with you? Gets in the car with the dog. Dude comes back. They're like, dang, like, you was going to let them take my rims? Because some dude was trying to take the rims while the girls was in the car. And the girls were not paying attention. But again, they were off to Molly. Or Perks, whichever one. No, Perks is the second one, right? Molly, I think it was Molly. Well, they were popping pills. That's all I can tell you. So, Duke was like, dang, you gonna let him take my rims? And, Mia had to pull Duke aside. Like, yo, first of all, don't you ever put us in that type of situation again. I don't care what he did to you and your hoes and stuff. We are your clients in music. That is a you problem. You handle it when you are alone, not when we're together. Okay. Which truly, because shorty, I could have lost a life fucking you up. So Duke brings him to this club now. Mia's still trying to contact her daughter, well, her mom, to see what her daughter is. Because the last time that, she got contact with her mom, which was a little before, the whole spinneroonie, mom was talking about some Melissa. That baby girl name? I don't know. I call her baby girl, so I don't really know her name. But baby girl. I don't know where she is. She around here somewhere. Why don't you know where my daughter is? I don't like that. But Mia was like, I don't like this. And me and mom was trying to change the subject. And then Mia brought up the fact that, she talked to her father. She was like, oh, he's going to trial, maybe he's getting out. And she, mom shut that down. She was like, Mia, he shot somebody. Man is dead. That man ain't coming out. Soon as you realize that and he stopped getting your hopes up, the better off you be. Better off we both would be. And I was like, wow, you have some resentment there, buddy. But I can't be mad. Like, you kind of did leave me with a child by ourselves. I mean, I don't know the full story, but it seems like it's that. You know, one of those. I was in love with a gangster. He shot somebody, got caught, and then he left me to raise the kids by myself. Because you know, obviously, you shot someone, bro. Like, we're about to let you out for that. But again, you ain't have to kill her kids, especially when you just said you don't really. When you imply that you really don't know where her daughter is, your granddaughter, and the only thing you care about is the fact that you got a drink in your hand, you over here on your lawn in some lawn chair, and some dude that is younger than you and probably your daughter's age over here cutting your trees. Talk about something. Look at that new. What you need to look for is my daughter, miss. But now they're back in the other. Let's get back on track. They're back at the other club. You know, Duke has her man get them in after she paid them. After she paid the man, you know, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna find, you know, Sam." So she brings them to this table, which is literally right next to the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie. They called it the Section 8 table. I started screaming. Duke went to go find Sam, and then the next scene, she finds him in the VIP section. You know, he got the hose and stuff, and she's like, "Hey, yo, my man." You know, kind of ignoring her because he's just like, "You see, I got a bitch right in front of me. Like, I ain't trying to talk." And she like, "Yeah, but I got this group." And he like, so she's like, you know, she comes up with a plan. She's like, "Actually, DJ sent me over here to get you some bottles. So, you know, I wanted to see if you wanted some. You want some bottles?" So he's like, "Oh yeah, you know." So Duke like, "All right, I got you." Duke gonna find a way to get in there, okay? I respect the hustle. I ain't gonna lie, I respect Duke hustle because Duke gonna find a way, even though she's spending a lot of money now that she don't have, but she was making it work, okay? So while we're doing this, again, the girls are still high. Mia goes away to the bar, trying to get a signal. She really wants to talk to her daughter. The other three, Shauna and Hyena 1 and 2, are left alone, and Shauna goes into the bathroom. Because, you know, they were coming for Shauna in her dress. I ain't gonna lie. But again, who told you to come in here looking like you work at a funeral home? Like, baby, this is not court. We got to go into the club. And this is I wonder what you wear for church, bro. Because honestly, what is that? Like, she look like she got that dress from Burlington. I can't even lie. And Burlington's a good store, but baby, she went to the elderly section for that one. She definitely did. Probably stole that from her grandmother's closet. Talking about, I wore it from my grandmother's funeral. No, you stole it from her closet at the funeral. You could be honest. You was at the repast, thought it was cute, and you took it. Okay. But she goes in the bathroom, basically decides, nah, you know what? I'm gonna show these bitches I'm that bitch. You know, she kind of just takes the little part of her dress up, shows her bra. Her bra was kind of cute. They kind of go with the dress. And rips up her stockings. Yeah, she was wearing stockings. And kitty heels, I ain't gonna lie. She was wearing kitty. So Shauna gets out the bathroom. You know, she all dolled up now. They're like, you know, the hyena's like, oh, snap, okay, you know it all. You did a little something. She ain't, you know, took her hair out that stupid bun. I promise you. She looked like Annalise Keating's new student. Like, baby, why were you dressed like this for the club? This how I know she don't go. Because she ain't had no club outfit. And honestly, same Shauna, nobody can take me to the club. I promise you, I'm embarrassed. When she comes out, hyenas are like, oh, that's cute. And Shauna thinks she's big body. So This whole time, Hyena 2 talking about my man is my man that, oh, he coming to see me tonight, da da da. This dude, this big dude, comes through and she like, you know, my man sent me to make sure I was okay. This man postmated her an abortion pill with Fiji water. I thought that was your man. Someone ain't doing the math right. I'm just saying. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Shorty started getting into her. She was like, my man, this your man was just postmated you the abortion pill. So you know they're laughing at her. She's like, shut up. And so Shauna's like, all right, I'm gonna chill for a little bit. So she actually went to go see Mia, and she was recording a little bit. But guess who Shauna saw? Mr. Maurice dancing on the dance floor. Got him recording and stuff. Okay, mister, I see you. Again, Mia's still at the bar trying to find signal, trying to get in contact with her daughter and stuff, and she's really not. So she's a little upset. You know, she's still in her bag about this. So before we get to Shauna and Maurice's moment, and I'm gonna say moment, wait for it. We see Duke at the DJ. DJ and Duke know each other, of course, because everybody know Duke. I don't care what nobody said. I know people be coming at her like, oh, she don't really know nobody. She know everybody. She really do know everybody. Just not the celebrity she be saying. But so she tells the DJ like, oh, you know, Sam sent me over here because you know he got a little song that he wants you to play. Like, you know, these some girls they fire. So she's like, I bet. So then we go back to Shauna and me. I mean, Shauna and Maurice. Whew, that was hard. So Shauna and Maurice, they talking blah blah blah, they do a little thing. So they start dancing and they start doing something sexual, you know, because the song got turned sexual real quick. So it was like, yeah. I was like, I was right. I knew it. Sexual tension. I saw it from a mile away. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, he was trying to give Shauna the tagline since episode 1. So I know for a fact. But she was like, "Well, you want to dance?" He was not. He was not for the games. He was like, "Sure, what's up?" Turn that ass around. I bet you want to dance with me more longer than a few minutes, okay? And so then Mia makes it back to the table with the girls. You know, she's like, oh, who the fuck is Mia? And they're like, oh, she went to go see so and so. But she be back. So the girls are like, what's going on? Like, we haven't seen you all night. And, you know, Mia's like, dang, I'm just trying to get in touch with my daughter. This, that, and third. And then all of a sudden, all you hear is, so I must be his cream, subtles, and skin. So, of course, Shauna and Mia are like, now wait a minute. Wait ain't that's us. So you see Shauna first. Shauna's like, that's our song, Maurice, that's our song. So Marie's like, oh, this your song? So she's like, yeah. So she's like, I gotta find Mia. So she starts looking for Mia on the dance floor. So Mia's like, this me right here. So you know the hyenas like, this my girl right here. There was a table next to them that they was playing, but they was throwing stuff at them. That's not nice. But they was like, that's our girl right here. So Mia's like, I gotta find Shauna. So they run into the dance floor. They meet each other, and they're like, so everybody around them like, why are they screaming? And they're like, oh wait, is it her? So they jump on the table. Shauna start rapping to the song where it's like, and then Mia start, So they basically performing for them because it's their song. And it goes hot, like everybody in the club, like, I must be, so and I ain't gonna hold you. I still want that song on Spotify. Actually, is it on Spotify? I'm looking for my phone like it's not in my. Anyway, so they had a good night, and towards the end of it, well, actually at the end of it, this is the end of the show at this point, they had a great night. You know, the girls are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe our songs. They're like, thank you, Duke. Oh my gosh, you came through. And Duke's like, no problem, no problem. So the two hyenas, they dip out. You know, hyena 2, her man actually pulled up. It was like getting called. She was like, I'm coming behind. Hyena Tube was like, girl, I'm tired as hell. I'm going to bed. I'm leaving. So Shauna and Mia were like, dang, I'm hungry. Ain't you hungry too? And Duke, looked in her pockets, was trying to see how much money she got. Shorty only got like a $20 left. So she said, I'm good for the night. Here's $20. Have a good day. I'm happy for y'all, proud of y'all. Out. So the end of the show, we see Duke in her car, and she's waiting for her host to get finished. Hoes are like, oh, we're done, Duke. They had a little group chat. So Duke tells them, I'm gonna spin the block and come to get y'all. Goes into the back of her car, opens the trunk, changes her shirt, and that's the end. We see Duke kind of living out of the trunk for a little bit, and it's so sad because I really think Duke deserves the money and really to like start moving, because she is actually a very good connect and she can really get you far with just knowing all the people she had knows. But kind of also shows you that networking doesn't always get you what you think it's going to get you, because depending on who you network with, they might just need you for something that they want, especially when you're making your connections so transactional. And I think that's Duke's problem, that because she wants to get up there, she thinks she always has to give something to get in there. And I mean, a lot of times it's true, which sucks. But I really wish Duke knew that, like, not everything about you needs to be transactional. But boom, that's the end of episode 4. Now we on episode 5. So episode 5, Shauna and Mia, well actually, end of episode 4, Shauna and Mia, went to truck. And they were like, we gonna go to New York, because, Shauna was basically like, oh, that's my man. And Mia was like, I have never been to New York, and I got a little thing in New York. What again? Well, episode 5, the girls had decided at the end of episode 4 that they're going to New York. So now they're on a plane, first class, which I'm trying to figure out how they got the money for first class. And they were both just broke a couple hours ago, but no, I'm not my business. And they're going to New York. Shauna to see her man, and Mia to see her man. To seduce and scheme and live that real life. So, but you're about to see why I'm titling this What Happened to Mia. But I digress. So, we see the girls on the plane. They're going to New York. They just get out the airport. They're like, we in New York. We in New York. Yeah. So, Mia's like, Shauna says, I always get those two mixed up so bad. But Shauna says, okay, so we taking the subway or so? So Mia's like, subway? Girl, no. So that's when the camera pans over to a truck with M. Night. Yes, Mia. And she's like, we're driving. You want me to drop you off? So, Mia's little thing, we're going to call him W. And W sends over a truck. Actually, his name's Warren in the show, but I'm going to just call him W. So, W sends a truck for Mia. Mia drops off Shauna. And Mia goes to the hotel that W has her staying at. So the next scene goes to Jill. Jill is pitching this terrible group. I don't know why she pitched them and thought this was going to rock the execs, because baby, they kind of terrible with that auto-tune and everything. I said, So, the editors of Spotify was like, no, we don't really like them. So then another guy right after Jill, I guess it's her competition, but everybody in the office work, everybody's competition. Like, everybody's your friend, but not everybody's your friend. Message. And he says, oh, I found this new group. They're from Miami. They're getting a little traction. So all of a sudden, it's, I must get his cream. So Jill is like, oh my gosh, that's my good friend Shauna. I was going to, pitch her, but I was waiting for her to make more music. And he's like, well, I wanted to show her because it's good already, which truly, you should have just pitched her. So the editors are like, okay, we like her. Yeah, get her. And they're like, okay. Jill's like, okay. So Jill is now on a mission to get Shauna at Spotify, Shauna and Mia, so that, she can put in this good word for her and get her in. So Mia goes up So now it goes back to Shauna. We don't see Mia for a little bit. Goes back to Shauna. Shauna goes to Cliff's, even though Cliff does not know she is coming. And she kind of surprises him on the phone. She's like, hey, what you doing? He's like, oh, just chilling for a little bit and with the guys over here, these knuckleheads, what you doing? And she's like, oh, I just got home from work, just the regular, da da da. She knocks on the door while she's still talking on FaceTime. And he's like, oh, wait, somebody's at the door. AKA, it's your beta's at the door, boo. So, honestly, it was the funniest thing, y'all. Because, baby, it wasn't even a minute in. She didn't even bring her luggage into his room. Straight into the room and started fucking. I said, ugh. We're getting nasty. Okay, we like that. And, he's kind of like, oh, I missed you. You had me waiting for months for you to come up here. She's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, let me make it up to you. And he's like, no, I got an exam on Monday. She's like, okay, go get your books. And starts sucking it. I said, oh, he ain't gonna get up his books. He is not gonna get up to get his books. He gonna get up. But he ain't about to get up to go get them books. I know he's not. So then we pan off to Mia. And Mia is with Warren, and he's giving her literally all the diamonds, the pearls. He's taking out all these dinners and stuff. He got her liquored up and stuff. She over here recording and stuff. I said, girl, you don't need to record everything, but go off. I guess this is your life. And so, he starts recording her, not to post, but he starts recording her a little bit. He's like, while they're in the car dropping her off to the hotel, he's like, I got a better view, because, he said some corny stuff. It was cute, though. Like some cliche, cute, corny stuff is cute. It was cute what he said. I forgot, but something about, oh, I remember. They were looking at the New York skyline while he was taking her to the hotel. And she was like, such a beautiful view. And he's like, I got a better view. So she was like, what about now? So he basically asked her to play with herself in the car, which she did. And he was trying to touch it. But, she stopped that hand real quick. She was like, whoa. Whoa. Let's breathe. So, what you call it? Go to the hotel. He's like, oh, you want me to come up? And she's like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it tonight, And he's like, well, what about I take you shopping tomorrow? I'll see you in the morning. So she's like, okay. So, she does her little hi. Sasha's right into that room upstairs and goes straight to bed. You know what I'm saying? I felt that though. Because she did look tired in some of her recording. Like, she looked like she was tired. So, I can't even blame Shorty because I just said the same thing. I'm like, bro, I'm sleepy. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't getting nothing from me today. Not a thing today. So, she goes upstairs and then goes back to the morning. So, morning. Does it go to morning? No. Goes to Shauna and Cliff again. Shauna decides, she's going to treat him to dinner since, it took her so long to come up to New York. And he's like, okay, but, at brunch tomorrow, I'm treating. So she's like, okay. They treat and they go back to doing it again. And, he like, hey, what you been riding like this? So she reaches over the phone, turns it on, starts recording. He like, what you doing? She's like, give me a present after I'm gone. I said, oh. She is super freak. She's super freaky. She choked him a little bit while she was riding it. I said, oh, okay, nasty. I see you. I see you. Taking some pages out of Pinky book, huh? If you don't know Pinky, please don't look her up. It's okay, you ain't gotta look her up. But she alright. And then that's when we go back to Mia. So this is the morning now. Mia's in the bathtub. She, online telling people like, oh, we could go shopping. He might take me to Louis, Gucci, or Prada, or maybe get a Coach. while she or in the bathtub drinking wine, and I felt that. I was like, girl, if I was in a luxurious New York hotel, baby, I'm doing the same thing as soon as I get up. Filling the tub, bubbles and all. I want strawberries on the side, and I want champagne. Thank you very much. Actually, give me a mimosa. You know, since it's morning, I have a little OJ. Cause Miss Honey, like what? Not the champagne. But while she's on live, she hears the front door to the hotel, and she's like, "Who is that? Like, who else got a key but me?" So then she turns off the live, and then it goes to Mia and not Mia, Shauna and Cliff. So now I'm mad. Cause why? What happened? What happened to Mia? Cause the next thing we know, Shauna gets a call from Mia, and Mia's out the hotel with, athletic wear and her luggage. What happened? And truly, Shauna ain't a good friend, cause I would have, the first thing I said was, girl, what happened to you? What's going on? We stand on the phone till you get here at this point. What's going on? What happened? Like, I understand you with your man, and I understand he really don't care for her like that. Because I've definitely been in that situation. But that's still your friend at the end of the day. And then it's we doing a whole rap group together. I need to figure out what's wrong with you. Like, shorty, what happened? I can understand if she was like, I don't really want to talk about it, which Mia didn't do. Mia just was waiting for Shauna to say like what's wrong. Shauna just kind of took like, okay, but I understand because in episode 4, when Shauna does ask Mia, is she okay? She always says, I'm good. So I guess she just didn't feel like she needed to ask her because she was going to say the same thing, like, oh, I'm good. And I still would have asked. I'd have been like, nah, dude, what the fuck happened? Because you're not about to just walk up my man's place and then not tell me anything. And first of all, we weren't even going to play like I wasn't about to ask you a billion and 4 questions. Because what happened? Did he do this? Did he kick you out? What the fuck? Like, you want us to go? We gonna go. Because we gonna go. But that's just me. Because personally, I wouldn't let that happen. I ain't sure. So, Shauna and Cliff were getting ready for the brunch at this point. So, Shauna tells Mia we couldn't wait. Here's the brunch location. Meet us there and we'll just take you home. So they're at brunch now, Shauna's getting to meet Cliff's friends from New York. She finally meets Fatima. Fatima's a tool. She kind of reminds me of a nicer version of Michaela from How to Get Away with Murder. Hair laid, looked like she's lawyer ready. Looks like she didn't come to New York to play, okay? However, they also do seem a little snotty. Because as soon as Mia rolled up, they were like, yeah, so Mia show up, they kind of all quiet now, like, she ain't worthy to be spoken to. So, of course, Sean was like, oh, this is my friend Mia, y'all. Mia, this is people. This is Cliff's crew. She like, what's up? They're like, hey. And, here comes Fatima talking about some, oh, I think it's so cool that you guys have a rap group. Like, Cliff is telling me, how are you guys going to do that, going from New York and Miami? So Mia's like, So Fatima's like, oh, well, aren't you moving to New York? So Mia's like, are you moving to New York? So Cliff a little annoyed now because he's like, you ain't told her? But again, Cliff, if you were paying attention to your girl, baby, she kind of already expressed that she doesn't really feel that comfortable with going to New York and just being a housewife. You had it in your head that you want her to be. And that's all you're hearing. But again, Mia still hasn't given him a decision about going to New York, so it's also on Shauna. Also on Shauna. But it got a little awkward, everybody's like, oh shit, they got stuff to talk about later on. But they ain't got nothing to talk about later on because Jill sends Shauna a Spotify invite and was like, hey, can you guys go to you and Mia come up to New York possibly and come to the Spotify party? So, Shauna like, oh my god, girl, like she hooked us up with Spotify. So Mia and her are excited. Like, oh my god, we're going to Spotify. And Cliff kind of like annoyed because he kind of just wanted this weekend with his girl, which again I understand. But baby, she was so supportive of you leaving her and doing long distance for you to go to New York and start your political journey. Like, yeah, the timing sucks, but opportunity is opportunity, babes. You should know that from experience. However, they're getting ready for the Spotify party, and Cliff is a little annoyed because she was just like, oh, you want to come with us? And Cliff's like, sure, whatever. So he kind of like, why do you need to go? Like, you going somewhere with somebody that you see every day, like you barely see me. And Shauna's like, babe, Mia's going through stuff, and this is an important part of our careers. So he's like, she's like, you can come too. And he's like, yeah, whatever. So Mia hears a little bit of that, but kind of just shows it off. And Shauna comes in the bathroom with Mia, and it's like, can you do my makeup? Well, Mia was funny, so she's like, girl, I've been waiting for you to ask me that. No, waiting for you. So they get ready, they go to Spotify. Jill over here pretending like, oh yeah, I pitched you guys to Spotify, and I'm so glad you can come. Hi, Cliff. Gives him his big hug, like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in forever. So the girls get wristbands because they're the VIPs. Cliff gets, the backstage pass. Got the little lanyard over his neck, and they go to the party. They're having fun. You can tell Cliff's a little uncomfortable because this is not his crew. This is not his gig, and he's still mad about the situation of Shauna not telling Mia that she was moving up here, her still not being sure about moving to New York, and Mia just being there when he wanted a weekend with just his girl and him. So at this point, he's starting to get in his head that, Shauna planned the Spotify thing and planned to be in the Spotify party up here, and that's the only reason she really came to New York. And he was kind of like a side mission. Anyway, so he was also drinking, but so they have this one part in the show where Shauna's kind of torn in between Mia and Cliff because Cliff can't go into the VIP section with them because they're wanted in the VIP section with Jill and like the producers and everybody. Because Jill wants them to make a good impression on the editors and let them know that they're happy to work with Jill. Again, Jill's just trying to make a fucking come up off her friend, even though she dubbed her literally for 4 episodes. But we ain't gonna talk about that. And probably more than 4 episodes, but again, we're not gonna talk about that. And Cliff's upset, so he's like, I'll be at the bar. He's just drinking at this point. So Shauna, after they recording and stuff, because I ain't gonna hold you, they let Cliff be the cameraman for a while, because he had to record some stuff. He was a little annoyed. You could tell he was not with the cameraman. And so Shauna goes back to basically see and check on Cliff because that's her man. Mia was kind of like, girl, what you checking on him for? And just like, girl, that's her nigga. Of course I'm gonna go check on him. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about opportunity, but my man is over here down here at the bar, lonely. Let me go check on him. So Shauna's like, oh, I'll stay with you at the bar. Like, I don't mind not going back to VIP. Like, Mia got this. So he's like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. She's kind of like, oh, what's wrong with you? But before they could really get into it and talk, here come Brett Fayez. I just learned his last name. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm actually a really big fan. Like, she tried to play it cool for a second, but she was like, nah, I'm actually a really fan. So he was like, oh, cool, like, spit something to me. So she spit a little something. Cliff from here, like, whatever, leaves the party, like, completely leaves. So Shauna, Shauna's like, after meeting Brett, she's like, what the fuck? Because, she took a picture with Brett, asked him to take a picture. So he got mad and left. So she goes back to Mia, kind of like, I can't find Cliff. So me and I'm like, okay, well, fuck him. Like, we gotta still party. We gotta talk to these execs. And so some girl bumps into Mia. And New Yorkers, we be like, fuck, be a hood. So Mia's like that. But she said, excuse me, bitch, excuse you, slap. So it caused a commotion. So Shauna's like, Mia, you can't do that. So Mia gets mad because she's like, bitch, you're supposed to have my back. You're my friend. Like, you still didn't even ask me what the fuck happened at the fucking, from the dude. Like, if I had your back, you should have mine. I got your back in everything we fucking do. Dipped out. So I'm like, fuck. So she goes back because she obviously realized everybody left. She leaves the party, comes back. Cliff is drunk off his ass and on live with 15 people. Hey. So his roommate trying to tell him, like, go to bed, bro. Like, I'm calling your mom. Because you out here, like, wilding. So he's like, no, I ain't getting no fly. I ain't getting no fly. We recording shit. So his friend, like, oh, boy, I'm calling your mom. Calls his man mama. But, we don't know that until they have this big blowout. So Shauna comes back in the room. I guess Mia already came and got most of her stuff to dip out. And Shauna comes in the room. So Cliff got the camera in her face and she's like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like, you've been drinking too much. So he's like, no, I'm good. So he basically comes at her crazy. Like, oh, you over here, you an industry baby. You doing all this, that. You came back sucking and fucking different. Like, you probably planned all this shit. You had me as a cameraman, da-da-da. So she like, how the fuck you not talking, planning our futures without me really giving you the okay? And you fucking and sucking on fucking Fatima. Niggas becomes funny. Damn, Fatima catches strays for no reason. He like, bro, I care about you, da da da. Like, you just over here being a whore, this, that, there. So Chana's like, maybe we shouldn't be together. So he's like, oh, now you don't want to be together. Okay, maybe we shouldn't be together. Chana like, fuck you. He's like, fuck you too. So she leaves, dips out, he's still on live. His friend like, your mama on the phone. So we get to the end of the episode. Shauna finds Mia at the airport. And she's like, Mia, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm a good friend to you. And she started crying. She's like, I'm such a fuck up. And Mia comforts her. I said, you're not a good fucking friend. Because I still would have asked you what the fuck happened. Nobody knows what the fuck happened. And obviously in episode 6, we still not going to figure out what happened. So now I'm mad. I just want to know what happened to Mia and that man in that hotel room. I know for a fact he did something. He must have did something crazy to her. So that's really it for episodes 4 and 5 of the show. Like I said, I really just want to know what happened to Mia. I do. Because what did he do to her? Like I was saying before, getting flown out, a lot of the times these men expect some coochie. They expect that crack. And if you ain't giving it, they gonna fly you back. They might not even do that. They might just drop you off at the airport and say, all right, you go ahead. You're gonna go ahead and leave now. So I really want to know what happened. I hope in episode 5 they at least explain something or give us a hint to it. Because by the end of the season, I need to know exactly what happened to me at night, okay? Well, I'm opening up an investigation on my own. Straight like that. And I'm calling Issa. But that is my review on episodes 4 and 5 of Rap Shit. Again, you can watch it on HBO Max on Thursdays at 9 p.m. And again, if you're looking for a new episode before 9, you ain't getting it. Okay? Okay. That is all for this review. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Be part of the babes. And click the bell for notifications when I upload. So, have a great day, night, or afternoon, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, babes.